Eileen, are you there? Can you hear me? Front desk, can you hear? Good morning. I missed you. I was thinking about you the other day.
I.
How's your new place?
It's good. How was your trip?
Where did it go?
You went back to Texas, or you went?
Oh, I went to
somewhere
Iowa.
warm?
Oh no.
It was in August or July.
Oh, in July. God, it's been that long.
Yeah.
We went up to Nova Scotia
Oh, yeah, that
to get out of the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was wonderful. But 5 days was enough. It's one of those things. I mean, my husband has bad knee and a bad hip, so he can't do hiking.
yeah.
There's tons of hiking and kayaking. He can't do that. So, you like your new job?
I do. I like it a lot.
Testing. Can you hear? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Okay.
Just really excited to be out of the first part.
Oh yeah. Is anybody a cyclist? They opened the bridge to MLK.
Oh, I saw that. And did you see the bike races coming back?
Yes.
I'm really excited
Yes.
about that.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I know they opened the bridge. I was like, that's great.
Yesterday at 2.
I
So,
know.
yeah. Huge.
Huge.
2 years. It was 2 whole years. It was,
I know. A long time.
yeah. And we said, and the bike race is coming back next year.
Yep.
That professional bike race.
Used to be four states.
Yeah. Then it was TD Bank.
TD Bank, and then it went away.
Yeah.
The bikers love it. Especially like a lot of them. We had a couple of these happy bikers one time, and they said it reminds them of all the hills there. It reminds them of
Yeah.
Tuscany and the hills where they ride and stuff. It's very familiar.
I don't know where that music is coming from.
It's not coming from in here.
I mean, it's coming from in here, but I don't know who has it on. I don't.
It's not bad. You're not hearing it from me MRI last night.
Because Larry usually turns it on. I mean,
It doesn't.
it's not Larry's music.
Sounds like
No.
sounds like lounge music.
Larry's music has to be 90s. He never left the 90s.
Tina, are you teaching? Where's Larry?
Larry's teaching. He's just downstairs. It was Mariel's iPad.
Oh, you figured it
Yeah.
out?
We all concluded it didn't sound like your music.
So for those of you who I haven't told yet, this is how we control the music. So I figure I try to play with the phone first and put the music on, turn the volume down, then I don't have to stand here while I'm teaching y'all and play with the music. So it's a little bit different system. We used to hook it up through over there, but now we do it all through the air. Anything y'all want to do today? Any postures or body parts? What's up, home crew? Core? Okay. I'll do a boat pose with you. What? Like thoracic spine? Yeah. Okay. So what? Calf? Okay. First muscles that hold you up, keep you erect. Calf muscles. We don't show these things nearly enough love, right, for all the work that they do. Thoracic spine, so you got like, this is where the big, so twists, where does the back bend want to go? Lumbar, right? But that's the misalignment. So you want the back bend to happen just underneath the shoulder blades, right? That's where we want it to be. Same thing with our twists. You can see when I twist, right, my lumbar isn't really doing much. It's happy to just get some decompression, right, to get a little bit of lift. It's not going to do these big movements. That's going to happen in the middle upper back. So try to think about that today when we're practicing, right? Where is the movement from the action that I'm creating, right? Where is that happening at? Yeah, we'll probably get into a couple twists to work the upper back, and we'll do a couple back bends to engage. How do you stretch muscles that live like this? They're long. How do we stretch that? Stretching going to make it feel any better? Probably not. They're already stretched, right? We got to engage. Start squeezing those muscles, engaging this way. Think north to south, right through your spine, from your head to your butt. If you went east to west, that's rhomboids. You want to think spinal erectors here, so the muscles that run up your spine. You ready? Take a nice seat, close the eyes. Sit up tall. Take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. Do a few rounds of those. The breath is what's going to bring us to this moment. We talk about the center, the middle of the hourglass. Right? The bottom, that's gone. We can't touch that anymore. We can remember, but we can't touch that. And the top, we don't really know what's up there. We can guess and hope, but what we do know is where we're at right in the middle. Right here, right now, this moment. The easiest way to come to this moment, turn to your breath. Listen to yourself breathe. That's already a refinement, right? Because we don't have to think about our breath. It's going to happen. So as we focus on it, we go a little closer to it. Now your true breath is your exhale. So when you popped out, your lungs were full of fluid and you had to push that out. Then there was an empty cavity and gravity assisted the air as it went and sucked back in. So really the true breath is you exhaling, right? That's what draws your transverse abdominis in. That's what gives you that, right? That clearing to then invite something new. What do you need to do before you can invite something new? You need to make space, right? So that's what we're working with the breath. But I think for most of us, we always think the inhale. We talk about the inhale first. So whatever the case is, slow down the beginning of the inhale because we tend to gasp that breath like, so slow it down so it's long. And the exhale, we're going to push a little more on the end of the exhale because we taper it off. It goes like, and we want to go, so that the air is just as powerful in the beginning and the end. Maybe we count out the breath. The inhale's 2 or 3 seconds. We make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. we start to create a balanced action. And then maybe some of us are going to find Ujjayi breath, where the air begins to rebound off the back of the throat. As the breath turns to movement on the next inhale, let the arms lift. Let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root. Let the heels of the hands lightly touch. And bring that breath to the space between our palms. And we say it travels down our arms into the back of our heart. And from the back of our heart, out in front of us. The song of our breath, all together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart.
Our head to each other's hearts.
Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out child's pose. So in child's pose, our toes are touching, our big toes. Our knees are wide to the edges of our arms are up overhead. As we gently push our hands down and forward, it's going to root our sit bones into our heels. We're going to anchor them there. We're going to hold them there. Then we're going to start to feel those side bodies opening up, so from hips to armpit. We're feeling some opening through the chest. Working those lats a little bit. Now we're going to start to activate it. So hug the hands in. Keep your forearms lifting up off the mat. Keep your inner biceps lifting up off the mat. Slide your forehead off the mat. So you start engaging the muscles in the back of the neck. You start engaging the muscles in that thoracic spine. Now as you keep the arms lifting up, as you keep the back of your neck or your throat sliding to the ceiling, there's going to be an opposing force. Now soften your chest down towards the mat. And there's where the peel gets even better. And then as you look forward, walk your hands towards the right side of your mat. Root that left heel into that left sit bone and then breathe up that left side body. Those intercostal muscles, those are the muscles between your ribs. So you're starting to feel them open. You want to get even deeper into them. On an inhale, you're going to breathe like the left side of your ribs towards the front left corner of your mat. You're going to get this big expansion on the left side of the ribs. Then on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands towards the brick wall to the right, even a little bit further, and that's how you're going to peel them. One more breath. Then inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, look forward, walk your hands towards the left side of your mat. Right heel to right sit bone. Now we're breathing up the right side body. Keep the belly pulling in, keep the shutters closing. This time you might take a big breath on the ribs to the right front right corner of the mat and then walk the hands towards the wall with the window and the door to go even deeper into the peel. Next inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next breath, come up all fours, hands and knees. So hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. Fingers are spread. Curl the toes. Keep the inner heels sweeping out. Hug the shins in. Pull your heels to your butt. Hug your hands into the midline. Squeeze your biceps, support the elbow joint. Slide the back of your neck or your throat to the ceiling. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed, low mountain. Breathe. So right now you're hugging every muscle to bone here. One more breath. Cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch. Your exhale, round. Now stay with your breath. So if it was 2 or 3 seconds when you counted out the inhale before, you want this arch to be 2 or 3 seconds. You want the round to be 2 or 3 seconds. Nice, y'all. Nice pace. I tell y'all all the time, almost every class I talk about it. That's one of the hardest challenges in yoga is to truly work with your breath. We're a hustling society. We move, right? We groove. But here, you're trying to settle. One more, and then come to a neutral position. So find that flat back. Take the knees back, maybe 3 or 4 inches. Then reach the right leg straight back, ball of the foot on the floor. Now we're going to reach the heel back behind us. And that's going to give us that stretch down the back of the leg, especially those calves. As we go into dorsiflexion, that means your toes closer to your shin. But you got to be careful not to hyperextend that knee. It's going to try to. So don't let your knee push up to the ceiling. Micro bend the knee and pull the kneecap to the waist. That'll start to engage your quads instead of just hyperextending the joint. And then exhale, lower, take the left leg back. Ball of the foot on the floor. Now, pelvic floor is in, pulling up. Belly button's in, shutters are closed. So good core engagement. Then you're going to reach back out of the heel, but you're going to reach forward out of the crown of the head. You're going to keep breathing and expanding side to side, so all directions. Exhale, lower that left knee, walk the knees back in, all fours. Take a breath. Take the knees back even further, come to puppy dog. So puppy dog, arms are up overhead as hips stack up on top of the knees. Here we're in that thoracic spine again. So the common tendency is you're going to try to lose your belly button. It's going to try to fall to the floor. You got to pull your belly button towards your spine. You got to close your shutters. The shutters are the bottom of your rib cage. You're going to try to blow open. If you're not sure, just look forward. And the shutters are going to try to blow open. You got to close them. That's going to feel like the thoracic spine lengthens. We want that. We're looking for neutral thoracic extension. Now, as we keep the arms lifting up, as we keep the back of the neck or the throat sliding up to the ceiling, soften the chest down to the mat, and that peel gets even better. Look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath with the palm up. So now we're in the twist. Remember what we said where twists are? They're in that middle upper back. So we got to make sure that our hip, our left hip, doesn't crash down to the floor. That's below the waist, right? So what you're going to do is push down into your left knee and pull that energy up the leg into the hip. Now hold it there. Then breathe forward towards the front of the room like you're peeling your spine out of your waist. Now start to take the twist. Maybe you look up to the sky. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next breath, TP the fingers on the left hand, thread the right hand underneath. Now this time we're going to push down into our right knee. We're going to pull the energy up the leg into that right hip. We're going to hold and root it. We're going to breathe forward out of our waist so our spine gets nice and tall, belly's in, shutters closed. And then we're going to start to twist. Start to take the left side of your chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe even start to look up. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Low mountain is a pose, right? It's not a hangout. Right now we're hugging. Every muscle is hugging into bone. Isometric engagement. Step back to plank. So in plank, we want our shoulders are stacked up on top of our wrist crease, and we're reaching back out of our heels. So if you look up at Trina's feet, you could see she's reaching back out of her heels. Keep going. Way more. Bring these forward more so your shoulder. There. Now, keep going. Now reach your heels. Yeah. That's even easier, right? Like it's more compact. Push back, downward dog. So you can bend your knees in downward dog if you want to soften it up a little bit. Straightening the legs aren't like one of the main elements of downward dog. It's the extension of the pose. The two main elements we're looking for is that the arms are up overhead and the sit bones are reaching back to like where the ceiling and the wall meet. If you have tight hamstrings, you're going to try to pull down. That's the position we're trying to achieve, is the sit bones where the ceiling and the wall meet. Now, keep your forearms lifting up and your inner biceps lifting up. Don't let your chin fall to the midline. Slide the back of your neck or your throat to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Now pedal the heels. So take the right heel down, inhale it up, exhale, left heel down. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing? Stay with your breath. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. Now charge your legs. Toenails are flat. Keep pulling yourself forward as you drag your hands back to you. And then shoulders go back. There's that scapular depression. And then down, scapular depression. And then after the 3 breaths, lower your chest or back to chaturanga. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Now, if it felt good to bend your knees in downward dog, bend your knees. If it felt better to straighten your legs, straighten your legs. But don't go into the hyperextension of the knees. Make sure you're micro bent and you're pulling your kneecaps to your waist. Hyperextension is the path of least resistance. Your body is always going to go to the path of least resistance. So we got to try to recognize that. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. Shoulders back and down. Head and throat back. Back of the heart through the front of the chest. When you're ready, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. So we're high in the fingertips of the blocks. This one we talk about all the time, right? Why are we high in the fingertips of the blocks? Because we got to get this neutral thoracic extension. What wants to happen? Yep. Phone back, right? Here we're trying to get neutral. This would be extension like a back bend. This is too far, right? But just like this isn't far enough. You're just trying to get that neutral position. Now keep pushing down into your feet. That's top to bottom. Front to back is going to be like rip your front heel back. That's a powerful cue. And rip your back toes forward. So lots of power. Hug your shins into the midline, even though they're not next to each other. Pull your pelvic floor up, root chakra. Belly shudders, heart, throat, gaze is out in front of your mat. Reach through the crown of the head. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. So you use all that power, right, that we just collected. Now we come up. Come into your lead knee so it stacks up on top of your ankle and let it track your second toe, the one next to your big toe. Keep your back heel sweeping out. It's going to draw your left hip forward. Reach up again. Even through your thumbs, you're going to feel all this lift. And now maybe curl back into the pose right underneath those shoulder blades, right where we talked about. Nice, y'all. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Keep the left hand down. Draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up. Take that twist a little deeper. So remember what we talked about with the hips, right? That's below the waist. We want this to happen in our middle upper back. So if your left hip is dropping, you're going to unwind it a little bit. Now in that front leg, bend that knee forward, soften that thigh down towards the floor. That helps, right? One more breath. Inhale, come back to center, place the hand down, step back, downward dog, move through 1 vinyasa. Nice, y'all. It's this game of like opposing forces is our movement, not just yoga. That's like all your exercise and your movement. As in the twist, as you're reaching up towards the sky, you're trying to soften the top of the thigh down. So think, one's down, but the other one's reaching up. But that's the game, right? They can't all do the same shit. It has to separate above and below the waist. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Ultimately, when you walk, right? When I walk, my hip is twisting this way. I'm being dramatic. It doesn't really go this far, but it goes this way, and my upper trunk's going this way. And you walk like this. And this is what happens. These are your oblique slings, right? These are the X's in your body. The T's, these are the X's, right? That's what we're working. That's the idea. You got to get those in the game. When your X's don't work, that's when you walk and shit like this happens. Right? Because there's no engagement through anything. Now, keep pushing down. Now, try to keep that thigh, that front thigh where it's at. So you're lifting strong in the back of the right thigh, but you're equally softening the left thigh down. There's the balance of muscle and organic energy. Now, here we go. When you're ready, all that power, inhale, come up. Like you're holding 20-pound weights. Make it intentional as the arms are going up overhead. Yup, keep hugging in like you're squeezing a beach ball. Now, if that knee moves back, bend back into it. Yup. If the knee's collapsing in, you're going to widen it out a little bit. If it's blowing out the side, you're going to hug it in a little bit. And as you reach up through your thumbs, play with what feels good to you. Stay up straight or start to curl back into the pose. Yep. One more breath. Now remember the 2 or 3 second thing as you exhale the hands down to the floor. Keep the right hand down. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing. Draw that left elbow back. And for 2 or 3 seconds, you're going into that twist because the slower you go, the easier it's going to be to hang on to. Yeah. You feel the difference in that now, working it. So as we're lifting that right thigh up, we're softening that left one down. That's going to make it easier to hold the right hip up. Now reach back out of your heel. Reach forward out of the crown of the head and then twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand down, step back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Why do we hold poses? So we can keep time under tension, right? The longer our muscles are under tension, the stronger we're going to get. We'll meet back in downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Feet are parallel, heels are rooted. Pull the pelvic floor up, pull your belly in, pull your shutters closed. Now maybe curl back a little bit. Feel that peel come up off the pubic bone through your abdominal wall, your belly, through your chest, your neck and your face, up and out of your arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Don't pull your shoulders back yet. Fill your ribs up with breath. So now take the shoulders back on the exhale. Yep. Rather than this where I just manipulate my ribs. Right? I want to be this way. Fill them up. Now I could get that nice stretch. As your sternum, your breastplate, you want to feel that come here through the pecs, through the front of the shoulder here. You can get into your arms. You want to like try to pull your hands apart. That's going to engage the muscles. Now start to take your hands away from your back, and that'll take the stretch up the forearm and the back. There's a front arm line. It's called your fascial lines. Forearm, bicep, pec. One more breath. Exhale, release. Swing the arms up. Take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back a little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Now, keep the weight balanced here. The heel is going to be the first balance point. When you're standing up, you're balancing the weight over your heels. That's why your calcaneus is the size that it is. It's meant to dissipate weight, and the other bones in your foot are the size that they are, because they're meant to be springy and mobile and moving. So here you want to work from the heel. Being that we're in forward fold, the weight's going to try to go forward on you. So keep working from the heel. Stretch the outside of the foot forward till the pinky toe mound roots. Now widen your foot to the midline to the big toe mound roots. Now keep the arches lifting up. Pull the energy up the legs. Look forward. Maybe drag your fingers back towards your toes. It's going to pull your spine out of your waist. And then fold in the pose a little bit deeper. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a big reach. I see it by request. Chair pose. Sit back. You're there for each other, right? You all know we need a chair pose. Now, if your knees are blowing in, widen the mouth to track those second toes. They're blowing out. Hug them in. Track those second toes. Sit back deeper. Now, charge your legs. Work belly. Sit back deeper. Legs, core, lift those arms up. Sit back deeper. Push down, rise up. Right hand goes behind your back. Left hand to your elbow. This is going to try to happen. Here's the misalignment. So remember, we said the heels got to be heavy. Root the heels. Even if you lean forward, take the inner thighs back. Sacrum is the top of your pelvis, right? You want to go sacrum back. Shutters are closed. Now push your head back into your forearm. In the spine to stand up tall instead of this happening. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap side two. The rest of your body, mountain pose, Tadasana. Lots of engagement. Legs fired up. Belly's in a little bit. It might not be fifth gear pedal to the metal, but it's maybe second gear. There's an engagement here. And then as you draw your fingers up, you can intensify that. There's a lot of shit that goes on here. Pecs and serratus anterior and lats and all kinds of stuff. Tricep is when you kind of take your fingers up like this to the sky. And you'll intensify this a little more. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Work through your vinyasa 3 times. So flow through a little bit here. We'll meet back in downward dog. Still feel lightheaded? You feel a little better? You could take your legs out if it feels good, or just keep, go like that. Still feel okay? Just lounge for a little bit. If you feel like you want to go, we'll walk you down. You feel okay? Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front, come into side plank. So when I hit side plank earlier with y'all, it's to hit the core. So the little challenge that I always give y'all is first we want to turn the bicep forward, right? So when I turn my bicep forward, it's going to root my shoulder back. Now, try to stack your left hip up on top of your right. Keep bringing it forward. Yeah, that's when those obliques kick on. Inhale, come back to center, place the hand down, push back, downward dog. Roll to the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot on top or in front. Keep those hips up. They're going to try to sag. Maybe try to stack that right hip up on top of the left. It gets a little harder, right? A little more challenging. Of course it does. Maybe look up that arm. Inhale, come back to center. Push back, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up extended side angle. Bent arm to bent knee. Utthita Parsvakonasana. So front toes are facing 12 o'clock, straight forward. Think 12 o'clock, the brick wall's 3, the back is 6, this side wall's 9. you want your back toes just in front of 9. Keep the back thigh back, right? Root from that back thigh. The adductors are the muscles we're stretching. So your knee probably wants to fall in, right? Because this is what we're stretching. So work from this back thigh. Now start to open the knee towards the right. So you can go right sit bone down to the heel. You can sweep your heel towards me, right? If you sweep your heel towards this wall, the knee will start peeling to the bricks. Maybe the hand goes down to the block or the floor. Pull your belly in. Go longer. Go longer. Keep going. Because you're clogging up a little bit. Yep. If you're going to rotate open, the belly's in, the shutters are closed. Yep, one more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Warrior 2. Take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, bow to the inside of that right thigh, humble warrior. Look to the front left corner of your mat. We want to look to the midline because that's going to round our upper back. Now that you feel the spine long, maybe reach the hands like up overhead there. Intensify that stretch. Yes, one more breath. Control it as you exhale the hands down. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice pace, y'all. Remember, it's going to be easy to rush. Keep it slow. From downward dog, reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge, spin that back heel, bent arm to bent knee. So if you need to get that thigh back, right, you walk your hands to the your left foot, and you're going to stick your butt back all with the window and the door. You're literally going to take that thigh back in space. Then you can climb that elbow to the knee. That'll show you right where the root's going to be. Now start opening the inner left thigh. Maybe the hand down to the block or the floor. Right? If you feel good in these spots, then you're going to stay. But you got to keep going. Okay, belly in and shutters closed. Take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward. You got to keep going. Soften your face. Right? Settle into the pose. You're smiling, right? It's fun. This shit is fun. One more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall. It is fun, but it's hard, right? Now take the hands behind your back if your left pinky was under right pinky, and then bow to the inside of that left thigh. That's what makes yoga cool, right? Yeah, that shit is hard, but we have a good time together while we practice. And we know that the success of our practice is exactly that, right? Just practicing. Maybe the hands start to reach up overhead. You take that stretch a little bit deeper. Power in the legs here. One more breath. Now control it as the hands go down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees, sit back on your heels, take a little break, child's pose, grab a drink, wipe your face, whatever feels good. That's more of a moon thing, not a sun thing. And I always go for that spot. I'd be like, oh yeah, right there. That's where I'm going. Totally. Yep. Yep. All right, we ready? Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours, hands and knees. So we'll play here, spinal or plank balance. So spinal balance, right? Yep, you're going to be here, one arm, one leg. Plank balance, here. Right? So if you want to step back to plank, step back to plank. You want to work from the all fours? Awesome, wherever you want to be. Here we go, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Your next breath, left arm up, right leg back. Yep, opposite arm. Opposite leg. Reach back out of the heel no matter where you're at. Reach forward out of the fingertips. Forward out of the crown of the head. Nice, y'all. Keep breathing. One more here. If you're in the plank, lower the knees. We'll all meet all fours. Awesome. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, step back to plank, push back to downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. The wider your arms are, the freer this is, right? The more accessible. The closer, the more challenging. If it feels good to stay up straight, stay up straight. If it feels good to curl back, curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. So you're going to shift the weight over to your left foot, your left leg just a little bit. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Before you pull your heel to your butt, we got to neutralize our pelvis. So we got to go belly button in, sit bones down, like towards the backs of our knees. Now start to draw the heel towards the sit bone, and we're getting that quad stretch here. Don't lose the belly button. Now, some of you might want to stay here. Keep the heel heavy. Notice how you want to go in the ball of the foot and crunch your toes. You want to keep your toes so they can move. Now, stay here if you want. You want to go in a dancer. The left arm is going to come up. You're going to plug the arm in. Now, don't worry about kicking the leg back. Hinge at the hip. Try to keep your chest, your hips parallel with the floor. This is going to try to happen. So you got to keep lowering that right hip down. Now, when you feel that you're extended out, kick the leg back. Yeah, keep drawing the hand into the foot as the foot kicks back in the hand. One more breath. Release the leg. Inhale. Bring the knee in front. The arms overhead will be a little more challenging. The arms by the side will be a little more accessible. Where do you want to be? Now maybe play again. Start to look up in where the ceiling and the wall meet. Start to look up towards the ceiling. Maybe look all the way overhead. Maybe close your eyes. Open your eyes. Exhale, release. Nice, y'all. Swap side two. The way your quads come up and attach here, your hip bones, right? If I did this too fast, it's going to pull all this forward. So I got to loosen this just a little bit so I can then go belly in and sit bones down. Now I could draw the heel to the sit bone and I'm getting a quad stretch. Instead of my quads, which are strong, all of your quads are strong, they're going to try to pull everything out of alignment. Now, notice, can you move your toes? Your heel's super heavy, right? Because it's dissipating the weight. The outer edge of your foot, nice and heavy. The arch is lifting up. Then the right arm comes in front. We plug, we hinge, and then we just check in. Oh, do I feel pretty good? Are my hips pretty level? Do I got power in the leg? Okay, maybe I'll extend a little more. Reach out of my fingers. Maybe I'll go further. I'll kick the leg back. But keep that left hip coming down. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Release the leg. Bring it in front. This is going to try to happen. Sacrum forward. You got to go sacrum back. Hands can be by the side. And then start to play with the challenge a little bit. Maybe look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe start to look all the way up overhead. Maybe close your eyes. Open your eyes. Exhale, release. Nice, y'all. Set the feet. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. One more breath. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Keep pushing those hands down and forward. Take the chest back towards the toenails. Don't let your head hang. If your chin falls to the midline, your neck's already gone. Your upper back's going next. So keep sliding the back of your throat to the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. Think of Tadasana, of mountain pose. That's our neutral position. The more the hands push forward, the more you can take the chest back towards your toenails. Keep breathing. This is going to be a challenge. This is going to be tough. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Keep pushing down. Keep your lift. Right? So the more you push down, the more you lift up. Root to rise. Knees count. Belly buttons are in towards your spine. Sit bones are towards your heels. Don't let the chin fall to the floor. Feel that? You've been doing it the past couple practices I've been. Keep breathing. I forgot Trina, where we go? You remember? 30? Keep going. Keep breathing. Come on, we're halfway there. Keep pushing down. Keep lifting up. Reach back out of your heels. Reach forward out of the crown of your head. Keep breathing and expanding side to side. Nice, y'all. Lift the hips, push back, downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. Nice, y'all. So right knee is nice and wide to the right edge of your mat, and your left knee will be in line with your hip. Push out of your big toe mount on your right foot. Your foot's going to try to sickle like this. So we want to push out of the big toe mount and pull the pinky toe side back. So my foot's like Tadasana, right? Neutral instead of that sickle that's trying to take over. Back foot, if your toenails are flat, you're looking to extend the pose more. If your toes are curled, you're trying to get more power. Keep pushing down and hugging in. So rip those knees towards one another. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly in. Pull your shutters closed. It's going to feel like the spine gets tall, and now fold if you want to go for the fold. If you want to stay up in the prep, stay up in the prep. If you want to go for the fold, go for the fold. One's not better than the other. They're both awesome. Can you take your right knee out to the edge of the mat a little bit more? It won't change the intensity yet. It'll just widen the foundation. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah. Yep. Now the pose is going to get deeper. The more intensity, the more the foot comes, the shin comes right there, comes parallel with. Lost my train of thought. Hold on a second. Where was I at? Something about. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, the front shin. I'm like, my brain was on the back leg, and I was like, wait, what the hell am I talking about? So the more that your right shin comes forward, parallel with the top of the mat, the more challenging it gets. So here we go. Inhale, come up. Take your left hand onto your right foot, and you're going to push on it like a gas pedal. That's going to protect the knee as we get some muscle energy. Now hug in. So pull your knees together. Now lift your right knee up and move it back an inch or two. Hug back in again. Lift your back knee up and move it back an inch or two. Hug back in. Make it a little bit better. Now go for the fold again if you want. So that's how we can get our shin more parallel with the top of the mat, because doing this is almost impossible, right? Like trying to get your shin up, so you move back in the pose. One more breath. Inhale, come up, place the hands, lift the hips, reach that right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Keep the leg up. Inhale, come forward to plank. Back to downward dog with the leg up. Inhale, come forward to plank. Back to downward dog. We'll do 3. Go slow. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing? When you get back on that third one, lower that right leg down. Take a breath. Then reach the left leg straight back. Step it through pigeon side 2. So this time that left knee is nice and wide to the edge of the mat. That one you can see, right? The right one, you might have to peek over your shoulder to see where it's at. Wherever you're at, keep pushing down and hugging in. If you want to go for the fold, go for the fold. Remember, it's easy to dump into the organic side of this pose. This isn't like the pose where we're trying to lay on the floor and relax, right? This pose has a lot of power to it, and the power is to hug in. The organic side of this pose is left sit bone down, opening up the back of the hip and the back of the leg, breathing forward out of the crown of the head. Do you like the back knee yet? Okay. Yeah, sure. That's why I asked. All right, so now let's move through this together again. So you're going to inhale, come up. You're going to take your right hand onto your left foot, and you're going to push like a gas pedal. So think like plantar flexion as compared to dorsiflexion, right? Plantar. Then you're going to hug in. We always go in first. Then lift your left knee up and move it back an inch or two. Hug back in. Lift your right knee up, move it back an inch or two. Hug back in. Then start to go back to the fold. That make sense? Hell yeah. Yeah, mine too. And that's right where we're stretching, right? This is my tight spot in my hips. We all have something, right? Glutes, hamstrings, TFL and IT band, quads, adductors. One of those complexes in there are going to be a little tighter than the other ones, right? But what's the trade-off to that? One of them is going to be looser, right? So that's why poses are different, how we play through them, because some things are going to be a little more accessible and some will be a little more challenging. Inhale, come up, place the hands, lift the hips, unwind that left leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. When you're ready, come forward to plank with the leg up and back to downward dog 2 more times. When you get back to downward dog, lower your knees, spin around to a seated position. So in boat, you can be here with your knees bent or you can be here with your legs straight. It's not going to be a right or wrong, just where you're going to play. I teach y'all boat from your spine. All right, so I've seen boat taught through the belly. That doesn't really make movement sense to me of what I want to get you all to get to. What I'm really looking for you all is to engage your spinal erectors. So what's the misalignment of the pose? So we don't want to squeeze this anymore, right? Because it's going to keep this energy happening. We want this. So we want to work that spine specifically right between those shoulder blades where we've been talking. So come on, bring your legs out front. Feet are down for this moment. Arms are out. Spread your fingers and spread your toes. Keep lifting up like the back of your heart up through the front of your chest. Yeah, that's the action. Lift the legs. Toes are still spread. I'm hugging in like I'm squeezing a beach ball between my forearms. Exhale halfway down, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, come back up. Feel that shake already? Yeah, my favorite part. Keep breathing. Yep, halfway. Let your head rest back. Inhale, come up. Keep breathing. Keep hugging in. Halfway. And come up. We're going for 5. Halfway. I think we did 7 last time, didn't we? Was that all of us together? Inhale, come up. I can't remember what class it was. One more time. Halfway. And come up. Lift, lift, lift. One more breath. Exhale, release. That went good, right? Tough? Yeah, it's supposed to be tough, right? If the shit was easy, what are you going to get out of it? It's called plateau. You're not going to get anything, right? Just keep doing repetitive movements over and over again. You need to go, like, we want our movement to kind of be like, right? Always, instead of like, that's the plateau we don't want to hit, right? We want to keep peaking and then settling and peaking and settling. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall, we'll go upside down. If you're at home, you don't have a wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back. Interlace your hands behind your thigh. Reach your heel to the sky so your knees can be bent. You can take a bunch of breaths and then you can swap into side 2. If you're at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose, but you're more than welcome to do handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha. There'll be plenty of room on the walls. I could slide those blankets out of there. We can get another mat in right there. Here, let me get the blankets for you. If you want to invert in the middle of the room, you're more than welcome to stay in the middle of the room. How are you doing? Pretty good? So if you want to stick with me, we're going to go all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you want to do handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, anything that you want to play with there, go for it on your own. Trina's walking around, so she'll give you a hand if you have any questions. And then once I get everybody up, I'll walk around as well. So if you have any questions, grab me as well. Okay? So if you're going to go on your own, go for it. If you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Come to a short downward dog. Step 1 foot up the wall, 2nd foot up the wall. With your knees bent, you'll be in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. Trace, hug your elbows in more. Yep. Bring your feet down to about here. Yeah, see now your legs are parallel with the floor. Slower. That was fast. And when you went fast, it shot the energy back. It's almost like painstakingly slow. Like you want to be like, yeah, because back is sending you out of it. Yeah. It's almost like we've been talking about. It's all going to be some kind of counter, right? There's always going to be an opposing force, but that's what you want. You're using the opposing force to be able to work out and feel the resistance of that. I mean, you're close. It's like this close, right? But that's the game. You good?
I'm good.
Maybe another.
Yeah, because now with the elbows in, plug your shoulders to the wall behind you. Yeah, like back. Yeah.
See, if the elbows are out, there's nowhere to put the abs back and to plug those arm bones any deeper. But as soon as you go to this, boom, that can happen. Yes, that's the opposing side of that. Awesome, y'all. All right, when you're ready, we'll meet on our backs. Okay, we'll meet on our backs. All right, we'll do some back bends. We'll do two, first bridge, then I'll talk you through wheel. But if you want to do two wheels or you want to do two bridges, whatever you want to play with. Okay, you want to do some erva push-ups, you want to kick one leg out, wherever your practice is asking you to go to. All right? Being any better than the other, wherever you feel good at. So let's start with our knees bent, feet are on the floor. Feet are hips width apart or just a little bit wider. We don't want to be any narrower because narrower is going to lose. If you feel your heels, good idea to how you're stacking your knees of your ankles. That's what we want, knees on top of ankles. Belly's in so that your sacrum, remember that was right here, is pushing down into the yoga mat. Your head and shoulders are back. Start to charge the legs. Stay with the core, especially those shutters, because if they blow open and you lose the belly, it's going to go to your low back. Remember where we want the back bends? In that thoracic spine. So when you're ready, slowly lift. If you go fast, it's going to be easier to unwind things, right? But the slower you go, the more you'll be able to hold on to it. Now, we've interlaced our hands behind our back. If you want to go for that shape today, you can. Wiggle those shoulders under. Get them under nice and deep. Now, keep the power in your legs. Gently push your feet forward, and you're going to work the back bend underneath your shoulder blades. Yeah, you feel that? Nice, y'all. Now the knees reach forward. The upper palate of the mouth reaches back. The open up. One more breath. If your hands are clasped, release them. Slowly lower down. See if you get that sacrum to land flat. That would be neutral pelvis. What wants to happen? Your sit bones want to land first, right? Or like your butt. Try to get that sacrum. Now take the feet wide to the edges of your mat. Let your knees touch. And then one hand on your heart and one hand on your low belly. Sometimes you hear me say something like, trying to get that sacrum to land flat is like a detail in the pose. We live in anterior pelvic tilt, right? Which means our belly button's falling forward. So right away, that's a challenge for us. And then inhale, open the knees, reset the feet. First, I'll talk you into bridge and then wheel. Reset the feet, charge the legs. Sacrum's flat, belly's engaged. Head and shoulders are back. Slowly lift the hips. If you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, if your left pinky was under, right pinky under this time. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Turn your hands out so your shoulders come in, your elbows come in. Now plug your shoulders back. Now push down to come up. Maybe pump your heart towards the wall you're looking at. If this is a little too intense, the back bend's too deep, lift your heels up. It will lengthen the curve and make it more accessible, right? The longer the curve, the more accessible it's going to be. One more breath. Stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide. Let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand on your heart, opposite hand to your low belly. And then when you're ready, windshield wiper the knees side to side. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small circles. Come to neutral. Keep your knees bent. Lower your feet to the floor. Take your block. Now, we got a couple options here. The block between my thighs is going to be the most accessible. The block between my calf muscles are going to kind of be in the middle. And between my ankles or my feet are going to be the most challenging. Now, I want to keep here, okay? I'm going to lower my knees to the right. Inhale, I'm going to come back up. Exhale, I'm going to lower to the left. Inhale, I'm going to come back up. Ready? Here we go. On your breath. We'll try to go the same way to the right. Inhale up, take them to the left. Inhale them up, back to the right. Yep. Keep your heels sweeping away from each other. Keep your shins parallel with the floor. Most likely your heels are going to want to fall to the mat, so you're going to kick your shins to the sky. Keep your belly button in. Keep those shutters closed. Keep it going. So a little more of an active twist here. Dynamic twist, right? Instead of maybe a little more static. One more each way. When you balance the sides out, release the block. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a nice big stretch. Reach. Hug your right knee to your chest. Roll towards that left hip. Keep the right shoulder down. Unless you were doing that because it felt right. Okay. Unless you're doing this because it just feels good. Try to take the twist. Keep going. Keep this right shoulder down. Let the arm go on the right. Hold it with the left. Let the knee keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. You feel that twisting now? Yep. Inhale, come back to center. Left knee in, right leg out. You're going to keep your left shoulder rooted as you roll towards that right hip. Now, you're going to twist, and when you get to your edge, that left shoulder start popping up. That's where you know the edge is, right? That's how far you know you can lower your knee towards the floor. So what you do is when that shoulder gets light, you're going to breathe up out of your waist. Remember, below and above? We're going to breathe up. We're not going to do it unless we make space, right? But when we get tall, we make the space. Now we can move into the space. Don't lose the belly. Don't lose the shutters. I say that almost every single pose, right? I know I do. I don't mind saying it every pose because that's just the shit that we need to focus on. Do I wish I had magic yoga dust and I could like sprinkle it in the beginning of class and be like, everybody's belly stays in? Of course. But that's not the case. You have to hold it in. Inhale, come back to center, take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead, big stretch. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest, happy baby. Ananda Balasana. So the knees are wide, they're wider than your shoulders. Your sacrum is flat. In this instance, this pose, the misalignment is that we're going to roll into our lumbar spine. So if that's happening, let go of your feet, hold the outsides of your shins of your knees. That'll let you bring the sacrum back flat. Then the knees can go wide, so they're wider than your shoulders. And then as you draw your knees towards your ears, you get a nice stretch in the inside of the thigh, the back of the hip. Some of you are going to want to reach one leg out or both legs out. You'll be in the back of the legs, whatever feels good to you. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center, exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. Variations could be blanket or block under the knees. If you are in Supta Baddha Konasana, where the knees are wide, like your knees are bent and your legs are wide, take the block to the outside of the thigh. So we just let those attachments settle. If you want to set up a heart bench, whatever feels good to you. We did up that upper back today, so some of you might be into that. But I'll talk everyone through laying flat, okay? As we lay back, let the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. Bring the arms along the sides. The head rests back. Maybe let your eyes close. And allow the tongue to soften from the roof of the mouth. So we let the body get heavy. We let the mind soften back to the breath. The exhale clearing and removing and making space. The inhale drawing in the change. And the heart opens as it gets ready to move the practice into the yoga of life, the practice of life. And the practice of life has its own challenges, but we go about them just like we do here on the mat. The natural progression is to take a breath and to set a foundation and to engage and then express the best that you have in that moment. We can always take another breath and try again, a new moment. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath as it washes over the body, your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart, as we reawaken a better version of ourself. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs stretch or reach or move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. Take a breath or two here. Hands can go underneath the head. You make like a little pillow. Taking your time. When you're ready, you can push yourself up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. Anjali Mudra. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together with our Kula, our yoga family. Together, the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, y'all. Good to see everyone. You know, if you have any questions, grab us before you go. Something feels weird in your body, definitely get me before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew. Home crew, you know, if you need me, hit me up. Thank you. You're welcome.